I've been banging on since preseason, since we sold Jarell Quansah to the Bundesliga, that we desperately need to bring in at least one, if not two centre-backs. I really worry about Van Dijk or Konate getting injured. We brought in Giovanni Leone. We need Marc Guehi too, and apparently that's gathering pace. We'll get into that. We'll talk about what plan B might be. But first, I'm Lawrence on Liverpool, a brand new Liverpool fan channel. Very quickly, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Help me get there. Crystal Palace are preparing for life without Marc Guehi by scouring the transfer market for replacements. Guehi has entered the final year. Steve Parish, the club owner, has said he'd rather sell Guehi than keep him. There's a bit of a debate, losing your best defender and the captain of your club after you've already lost Eze to Arsenal will definitely affect your league placements in the Premier League and your ability to compete in Europe. They're in Europe for the first time. So how much money is there to gain from higher Premier League placements and European journeys with Marc Guehi in your team for the next year versus how much you would lose from not actually cashing in right now and letting him go on a free? That's very complicated and one for the business people at Crystal Palace to figure out, but it seems they have and they're willing to sell. So we entered talks with Crystal Palace on August the 12th. That has been 16 days ago, and we remain keen on buying him, as we absolutely should. He's a quality centre-back. He's 26, entering his prime years. He's probably got another 6 years of being a top quality centre-back ahead of him in the Premier League. I really like him as a person. Whenever he speaks, he seems so down to earth and authentic. I really like that about him. But Palace wanted 45 million. Liverpool felt with 1 year left, that's a bit much, brother. Maybe they were happier to pay 35 million, as this article suggests. And now that Crystal Palace have put in an interest for Akanji at City, who seems possibly surplus to requirements by Pep. So Akanji's on his way out. He's a quality centre-back. If Crystal Palace can get him, he's probably a decent replacement for Marc Guehi, actually. And they have also made an offer to Monaco for Mohamed Salisu. That's him, Mohamed Salisu. So they would get in Salisu on loan as backup, and then maybe Akanji as your primary replacement for Marc Guehi, freeing up Marc Guehi to come to Liverpool. They got a ton of money from Eze, 67.5 million from Arsenal, paying them for their talisman, really. They're going to suffer this year in terms of attack for sure. But defensively so far, they've been quite solid. Losing Marc Guehi may disrupt that. But we're a Liverpool fan channel, so we're going to talk about Liverpool first. And Marc Guehi would be absolutely excellent. I think he comes in and he already starts to challenge Konate. Even though he's a left-sided defender, I'm sure he can adapt to the right side. I think Slot wouldn't just have him as your third choice. I think you'd be rotating regularly, first starting off with cup games, easier challenges, and then building up to towards the end of the year, possibly some of the more important matches, with a view to having Guehi ready to be an absolute nailed-on first teamer next year if Konate doesn't sign a contract extension. Remember, I've said this already, more out of worry than with any solid proof. But I just worry that Real Madrid have tapped up Konate and they're saying, run your contract down. He only has 1 year himself. Run it down. We'll take you next summer, just like we took Trent, and then we'll be screwed, right? So giving Marc Guehi a whole year to get ready to be that first choice centre-back with Van Dijk makes a lot of sense, right? And this is Anfield, one of my favourite Liverpool news sites, say that Liverpool is set to make a new Marc Guehi approach this week, because we only have 6 days left until the transfer window ends. Time's running out. I have a quote from Steve Parish, being frank. He says, if he doesn't want to sign a contract, then we have to look at it. So in Parish's mind, it's sign an extension or we've really got to sell you, because we can't let you go on a free and lose out on that 35 to 45 million that we think we can get for you. And the England international, Marc Guehi, has, by all accounts, set his heart on a move to Anfield, either this summer or next summer. So he's coming to us no matter what. I'd rather he came to us now. I don't want to risk an injury to Konate or Van Dijk. Joe Gomez is 50% of the time injured himself. Robertson can't be in centre-back. Endo's not really a centre-back, although we love his versatility. Bring Marc Guehi in now to cover us for worst-case scenarios, but also to get him fully acclimatised to Liverpool before next season starts. And even though we have Giovanni Leone now in, he's only 18 and completely unproven. Maybe he ends up being our own Dean Howson, who by 20 is one of the best defenders in Europe. But still, it's too much of a risk. Marc Guehi is proven. He's known commodity. He is predictable and consistent. You know what you're getting with him, which is a top quality centre-back. But the Mirror is covering this. Liverpool's approach to plan B in final week of window if Marc Guehi transfer collapses. It's always good to have a plan B. Who is the plan B? What is our plan B? There is no plan B. That was just bait. It says Liverpool will not actively pursue any other central defenders this summer if they are unable to sign Marc Guehi. It's him or nobody. But if it's nobody, aren't we taking a big risk here? Am I being too negative? If the Merseysiders are not able to sign him, they will seemingly refrain from adding any more central defenders to their squad. We do not have a plan B. All right, let's just see what happens over the next 6 days. Hopefully we do get Guehi over the line. If we don't, maybe we start seeing Giovanni Leone in some cup games and realize, wow, this kid's amazing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. If you can help me get that, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye-bye.